Hello everybody, it's your boy Mintleaf, YouTube's most skillish gamer. Welcome back to another episode of Arknights. Today we're going to be looking at the normal stages of Come Catastrophes or Wakes of Vulture Rerun event. So this Rerun event will be shorter. The medals are all available, but this event will only last for about 10 days. So be sure to complete it quickly. Let's begin with the first stage, CV-1 in a lonely place. Beginning with these 5 operators, Vanilla, Fang, Answer, Cruise, and Catapult. This stage, it's the first stage, so super easy. Something about this event you have to know is that there is something called the overload mechanic and waste heat vents. You'll see that in the later stages. So for now, no need to, I won't be explaining too much. Just know that, just know that there's something called energy capacity, and when enemies are hit, or when enemies are overloaded, they will gain a lot of buffs. But if the enemies are not overloaded, then they don't gain that many buffs. They're still okay. Anyway, this is the first stage. Drop down our units. Okay, so there are no range enemies, so the order is not that important. Catapult is basically here for some AoE physical damage. The reason I'm using physical is because there is a drone later that will increase the amount of resistance that the enemies have.
Enemy spotted. Prepare to fight.
When I played it, I actually got to play this event when it first came out, but I was still new that time, so I only cleared like what, about 200 what am I saying, 200 CV-6 I think. Yeah, so now I'm gonna be, so this is actually also my first time playing through the entire event. So yeah, as you guys can tell, I didn't start super early, but I also didn't start super late, obviously. Okay, nothing much. I think this one can just AFK until the end. 2 Vanguards should be more than enough, and our 2 DPS. Okay, the drone is out. Might as well activate our catapult skill to increase the radius of explosion, even though it's kind of useless as well. Okay, slugs, they will deal art damage, and when they die, they will give all your enemies 1 energy. So you see this yellow bar right here is 1 energy. So for this event, all enemies will have this energy bar, but they will have different amounts of energy before they become overloaded, which again I will explain later. I'll show you guys later. Okay, that is it for CV-1. Super simple. Okay guys, let's clear CV-2, Double Indemnity. On this stage, we are finally introduced to waste heat vents, which will deal arts damage to everyone, reduce enemies' movement speeds but will charge their energy. And what happens is that in overload, your enemies will gain a lot of attack speed, defense, and resistance, which is really painful. So like I said, also I mentioned before that they have different amounts. So for this normal weak enemy, he only has 10 capacity for energy. But for this tanky enemy, he has 20 capacity. Or maybe he'll even start with some extra energy, but he'll also lose energy over time. Anyway, all you need to know is that enemies, when they are fully charged, they will actually be buffed. They gain attack speed, defense, and resistance, which makes them tanky and very dangerous. But remember attack speed, they don't gain a bonus attack, they gain attack speed. So remember that. Okay, let's drop down my Cruise here, my Fang here. Actually didn't have to drop her so high. Yeah, I actually didn't have to drop Fang so high. It's okay though. And also drop down Cruise here.
Everyone, follow me.
Okay, after this can drop down my what's it called? Midnight here.
Ready for action.
Retreat Fang. Drop down Beagle here. And then drop down Ansel here as well. Ansel, Hibiscus, they're both fine if you swap their positions. Okay, now drop down Papuka here. I think the better play would be to put Fang down here. Yeah, Fang down here in this position is better. Anyway, and for some Hibiscus to heal up our good friend Papuka. So you see their charge, they will also take they'll take 200 damage. Also, by the way, these things have a range of 5 tiles in front of them. These guys will take damage, but you see their attack speed will be increased. And earlier, because I think killed them too fast, that don't forget their what's it called? Their HP will go down. Sorry, their defense and resistance will be increased. Okay, now I can drop a Fang here.
In position. Awaiting fire.
activate skills. And I think these enemies will all be defeated. Yeah, Fang here is actually a better place because you can keep her for DP. So right now, let's just kill off this enemy. If you want, you can bring Steward as well here and then face up to kill this enemy faster. But if not, this is perfectly fine. I was just trying to play around with the minimum number of operators needed. So yeah. That's an introduction to the main mechanic of this event is overload, meaning enemies will become tankier and hit faster. That is it for CV-2. Okay, let's clear CV-3 Tricks. On this stage, this is the team that I use. We don't need Hibiscus, we just need one medic. For me, at least, I use Fang, Vanilla, Ansel, Midnight, Beagle, Lava, Pinecone, and Korra. So 2 4 stars this time round. But the stage requirement is Elite 1 level 1. So Elite 1 Pinecone should have enough damage. And also our good friend Korra at Elite 1 finally unlocks her S2. Anyway, this is the skill that I have. Oops, not here. Let's immediately deploy our 2 Vanguards to begin gaining a lot of DP. Because you can see both Lava and Pinecone are quite expensive. Pinecone is really needed, I would say. Pinecone is like really good because of the amount of good AoE damage she does here. So look at that explosion with a nail gun, which is really nice. And after this, just go bang. Drop down Beagle here. Activate Vanilla skill to gain DP. Drop down Ansel here. Drop down Midnight here. So that'll help to take care of the bottom row. So Midnight and Beagle will guard the entire bottom row. And then Lava and Pinecone will help DPS for both rows. Okay, gain DP. And now I need to retreat Fang after her DP proc. Come on, give me my DP Fang. Thank you. And then drop down Korra here for the extra block. Also activate save Pinecone's skill. Do the auto attack reset. So what is that basically is that as soon as she attacks, so you see, look at Pinecone's activate animation. I should probably put this. So she shoots and then you activate her skill so that you don't lose DPS. That's basically the concept. Anyway, down here, like I said, but if you don't know what I'm talking about, just activate her skill. It will work. My Pinecone has like 700 attack, but this Pinecone is Elite 2, so if you don't have enough DPS, I would say you can just add some more AoE. So Pinecone, or you can move more defenders to hold off the enemies. Okay, explode. A lot of enemies are coming, so activate Korra's skill to heal herself and also block +1. Bubble should work too if you have bubble. Or like I said, just add more defenders and add a bit more DPS. AoE DPS is the best. Okay, activate, what's the name? Lava skill here. Okay, activate Midnight skill as well so that he can start dealing arts damage. Beagle, gaining defense up. Okay, now there's just one guy left. Let him come over here so that Pinecone can also deal some damage. Pinecone can ignore defense, which is quite nice, but the enemy's already dead. So, rest in peace, the enemy. Okay, home run indeed. That was CV-3. Okay, let's clear CV-4. The man who wasn't there. This stage is also super easy. This is the team that I use: Fang, Vanilla, Ansel, and then 2 4-stars, Podenco and Pinecone. Podenco on her S2. So Podenco's S2 is pretty nice because it's a bunch of arts damage and arts poison. And also can silence, not that we need the silence. Okay, new enemy, paramilitary sniper. What they do is that they will give everyone in a small circle, including themselves, energy, which is slightly annoying but also not that bad. Okay, as usual, always drop down your vanguards for some DP. For a good amount of DP. And then drop down Ansel here to start healing this entire region. And finally drop down Pinecone here. Pinecone will get attacked by this range guard, by this sniper, but it's okay. Because she deals more damage. And also because this guy actually doesn't... These guys actually do very little damage. Like honestly, they'll do like how much damage? I I kind of want to see how much damage. Come on, hit. That's like some amount of damage that I don't know. Anyway, shoot. Of course, if you don't have enough DPS, you can substitute Podenko with even better DPS. Or some more DPS. If you have even better DPS than Pinecone, let's say Chen Alter, then why are you watching this video? Then you don't need Pinecone, you can just use Chen Alter. Or if you're really worried, just have extra blocks here. Like, what's it called? Defenders. Okay, the reason here is that these guys you see right here, these guys are basically the wraiths. So as you showed, you know what the wraiths, they cannot be blocked, which is very annoying. But as you see, Podenko plus Pinecone right there just shredded them. Good old Podenko. She's giving them the good old war crimes with whatever she has in her vials. I don't know what they are, I don't want to know either. Hope this guy's sneaking past. It's okay, Podenko, go. So you see those guys earlier, if you guys saw, who were paying attention, they will give the surrounding enemies energy. Which, as we know, energy for this mechanic, for this event, basically buffs the enemies. Okay, now for this last guy, we're just waiting for him. Give him the war crime treatment from Podenko and then shoot him to death with nail guns. That must be a very painful way to go, but that's not my problem anymore. Okay, that is it for CV-4. Okay guys, let's clear CV-5. Shadow of a Doubt is the team that I use. Fang, Vanilla, Beagle, Pinecone, Kura, Gavia, and Sasro. I need a few more 4 stars because this stage has a bit more difficult, and you can see we have 2 lanes to really defend. Actually 3 boxes technically, but we could have a choke point here. I don't know why it's so difficult for me to say. Anyway, immediately deploy both of my vanguards here. Actually, you should have face Fang up. It's better that way. Okay. By the way, this is the Axeman. He is really dangerous. As you can see, he can steal energy, if I'm not mistaken. He can steal energy from his allies. Yeah, he can steal energy. So you can see the energy on these normal enemies, it actually went down. They actually lost energy because this guy's stealing all the energy. Anyway, deploy double defenders to block. This will be needed. By the way, always deploy your strongest defender. It doesn't have to be Korra, but just deploy your strongest defender on the top lane. Retreat Vanilla. And then retreat Fang. Okay. Just nice, our medics are here. Gotta be careful because this guy does a lot of damage. Thankfully on Korra, it's not that bad. And also this guy has some extra defense against... So he has like... His resistance is higher. So you need to use physical damage against him. Okay, second X-Men is coming. I don't know if they can steal from each other. That would be very funny. But I think this X-Men will go up and steal this guy. Okay, I'm gonna slow it down first. You guys can see. Stealing the energy. So this energy is going down from the Shield Man and going to the Axeman instead. That's pretty funny actually. Okay, Korra's getting a little bit overwhelmed because there are a lot of enemies. It's okay, because I have someone called... Because Korra's skill herself can help to block a lot of damage. And Sasura is a very good healer as well, don't forget. Sasura is a fantastic healer. Of course, if you want, you can always place maybe like someone with extra range behind. Maybe you want to place some arts damage over here. But they might get killed. They might get into trouble because those slugs will explode and then kill them. It's a little bit painful. Okay, Korra is struggling again. It's okay. Immediately activate a skill. Also, you can activate Sasura's skill if you want to. But like I said, with the amount of damage, but with how tanky Korra is, it really doesn't matter. Okay, so just slowly grind down the enemies. After playing this event, I really like how reliable Pinecone can be. I believe these guys actually gain bonus attack though. Let's just check the enemy stats real quick. So that was CV-5. Let's just check the X-Men. So those are guys are called the paramilitary X-Men. Not the X-Men, the X-Men. No, they can just, the only thing they do is steal energy. So that is it for CV-5. Okay guys, let's clear CV-6, the Knight of the Hunter. On this stage there is a medal, and the medal is that you cannot let these guys, oh no wait, no. These guys become overcharged more than 2 times. So 2 times is the max, 3 times and then you don't get the medal. So this is the team that I use: Myrtle, Malantha, Totter, Hummus, Pudding, Korra, Cutter, and Sasuro. Cutter S2 I think is better, and Totter S2 deals more damage. Hummus S1 is enough, Pudding S2 is okay, and we start. So basically, in order to get the medal and also clear this stage, you kind of need some heli drops, but if you don't have someone like, say, Texas Alter, Yato Alter, I mean, I have Texas Alter, I don't have Yato Alter, and I also have Utage. I think Utage will work. Basically, what you need to do is just drop down Malantha to take care of this one guy here, and then drop down Totter or anyone to take care of these two. You can even use 3-star Anakil because he will prioritize range units over melee units. Anyway, let's drop down these guys. Let's begin. Hummus over here. So Malantha will take care of this guy and of the top lane for a while. Okay, now for Totter on this tile. Basically on this tile or the tile next to it, as long as you can hit both of them, that's fine. Doesn't matter. Okay, so they are going to overload. They overcharge for the first time. So first time they go into overcharge. Let's wait until the overcharge drops. Now activate. Okay, let's retreat Malantha. Drop down Pudding here. Let's drop down Sasuro here. Activate Myrtle. Drop down Cutter. Cutter will hold the top lane. Hummus will hold the bottom lane. And as soon as those two snipers are dead, I didn't even realize they were dead. And retreat Totter. Drop down Korra here on this tile. And then retreat Myrtle as well. Basically, all you need to know is that in order to get the medal, you need to kill all of them very quickly. These 3 paramilitary snipers quickly. Okay, this guy, very annoying guy. He's kind of like Crown Slayer. I mean, I'm pretty sure they just took the design from Crown Slayer, which is really funny. Basically, he can use both range and melee attacks. His range attacks are weaker than his melee attacks. They don't tell you that, but it's kind of funny. It really does look like Crown Slayer. Anyway, this guy will make a few rounds here, so you can take care of all the other weaker enemies, including some of these shield guys first. Hummus is quite nice because of the range, and the reason why I want Korra in that position is to block this guy. Yeah, which makes, because otherwise this guy will do quite a bit of damage to Hummus. I don't think Hummus can keep up. La Pluma might be able to keep up, but not Hummus. Don't think Hummus is that strong. Also, Pudding is here for the extra arts damage, and she can heal, and she can hit multiple enemies as well, which is nice. Okay, now that this guy is blocked by Korra, I can drop down my Totter for some extra damage. Go Cutter. Yeah, this guy's getting whacked.
Great luck won't be any use.
And there you go. So this stage, like I said, slightly challenging if you want to get the medal. If you have fast redeploys like, say, Texas Alter, Yato Alter, maybe even Utage could work instead of Malantha. If not, just use Malantha, and if you don't have Totter, just use Anakil, because again, Anakil will prioritize the 2 enemies instead of the melee enemies. Okay, that is it for CV-6. Okay, let's clear CV-7. White Heat. Now on this stage is super simple, but also a little bit annoying if you don't have any 2-6 stars. But since they say recommended level is Elite 2, I'm just going to go and borrow my good friend's Wizardel. I'm sorry, I don't even need a friend's Wizardel, I have my own. So this is the team that I use: Sasuro, Korra, Bubble, and Wizardel. You don't even need a Vanguard for this stage. That's just how good Wizardel is. Elite 2, right? Elite 2, so you can just borrow someone's Elite 2 Wizardel. Hopefully you have an Elite 2 like, say, Myrtle. If you have other Elite 2 units, you can use them to borrow Wizardel. If not, just I would really recommend, I think I've said it like a few times before, I really recommend taking your Myrtle to Elite 2 so that you can give her masteries. Anyway, deploy Wizardel on this tile, activate the skill, and just let her skill play out. Drop down Sasuro over here. I think she is in range, but it's okay because honestly, like I said, this guy on range attack doesn't do too much damage, thankfully. Drop down Korra. I also realized that the game doesn't tell you, but these guys will gain increased attack the more damage they have. You saw right there, he didn't do a lot of damage to Sasuro at first, but because he was charged, then he started doing quite a bit of damage. Okay, there you go. Super simple. Bubble and Kuro are basically there as insurance. I tried this on farming before, like a trust farm. I don't need Sasuro and I only need like one defender, like maybe say Saria or Shu. I think Saria is better for this stage. Saria is better, and yeah, that's kind of basically it because it's so easy. This stage is really easy with Wizardel. Look at this. So 3 more enemies. This is the end. Nothing much I can say other than, well, enemies are a bit too weak for balance. Okay, and the last bullet. And that's basically it. Like I said, Trust Farm, you can probably only use one defender and you don't need the medic.
I'm super strong.
That's why Bubble is indeed super strong. Anyway, that is it for CV-7. Okay guys, let's clear the boss stage, CV-8 So Long Stooge. On the boss stage, we're going to be fighting Cliff, who very funnily enough will be debuffed by the Waste Heat Vents compared to all his other soldiers who will be buffed by the Waste Heat Vents because of Overload. So Cliff, Waste Heat Vent, when he's hit by the Waste Heat Vents, he will lose attack and defense. But one thing annoying is that he will absolutely shred your operators, including very tough defenders, unless maybe you have Hoshiguma or someone else. Anyway, this is the team that I use: Gladia, Opianus, Typhon, Warframe. This is an all-star team. Laser can be replaced by any chaincaster like Pudding or Passenger. Now, this stage has a medal where you need to attack the Waste Heat Vents 40 times, and there are 3 of those Waste Heat Vents. So that's why I have a chaincaster, because you can hit them here. You can put your chaincaster here, hit one of them, and it'll bounce onto all 3. 1, 2, 3. Which is really nice to have. Okay. Immediately drop down Gladia. Gladia with the module is also recommended because the module makes Opianus so much better. I did not test whether or not Opianus can hold on his own without the module, without Gladia. But, you know, I have the module, I have Gladia, so why not? You just need to build one extra Gladia and the module, that's all. And then Opianus gets even more broken. Okay. Let's drop down Warframe here, so that Warframe I face up, so that when enemies die in this range, this area, you know, she can gain SP back. And she can also give it to Typhon. Remember, Typhon S3. I forgot to say it earlier, but Typhon S3 is needed. Now we're just gonna wait for Laser, drop her here, and then win. Laser here, go. Waste Heat Vents, thank you. So she'll begin charging up the Waste Heat Vents. And as you can see, Opianus will shred anyone. Anyway, Cliff has spawned Legendary Mercenary. He is here to give us a lot of pain if you're not prepared for him. But since we are prepared for him, using Opianus, because Opianus is goddamn powerful, it's no problem. We can press this one and it doesn't matter because she's not going to attack Cliff, he's going to attack. Wait, that is very funny though, that's very interesting. It doesn't bounce onto Cliff, it bounces onto the other Waste Heat Vent, even though they're like same diagonal square. Anyway, once he's within Typhon's range, activate Warframe, activate Typhon, and then watch Cliff lose his first health bar. And as soon as he's defeated in phase 1, stop. So, since he's recharging right now. In phase 1, what happens is that Cliff will have an attack where he shoots an enemy, stuns them, and then shoots them 3 times. So he doesn't shoot the enemy, but he will select the enemy and then stun them, and then shoot them 3 times. He's gonna do the same to Opianus, but now instead of 3 times, he'll do it 6 times. Okay, so watch, pay attention. He's gonna attack Opianus. Okay, this skill. So he stunned both Opianus and Gladia because he was stunned in the cross, and then he will shoot 6 times. If you retreat your operator or your operator is defeated, okay, activate Morphine and also Typhon. If your operator is defeated or your operator retreats, he will immediately teleport. He will do a Omewa Mo Shinderu and then teleport to the next location, the next checkpoint. But as you can see, he's getting absolutely shredded by Typhon, and Cliff is dead. Yeah. So we can take a look at the skill set of Cliff afterwards. I'm not gonna save this because I already have a better trust farm. Let's take a look at his moveset. Basically in phase 1, so you see for both phases, he can reduce defense and which can stack, but thankfully it's not permanent like Lieutenant Mateo. Attack and defense are greatly reduced upon taking damage from the Waste Heat Vent. Like I said, Waste Heat Vent will buff his soldiers but debuff the leader, which is him. Okay, in phase 1, he will stun the target and adjacent unit, so in a cross, and then attack 3 times. Then in phase 2, he will do the same thing but 6 times. And like I said, if your target retreats or is defeated, then the attacks will continue shooting, and then this skill is refreshed. And they didn't say that. I don't think they included the fact that he can just Omewamo Shinderu and then just teleport to the next checkpoint, which is kind of scary because he can basically, if you have an entire line of operators and they just get smashed by him, he'll just teleport straight to the. He can basically teleport straight to the blue box. Anyway, attack and defense increase, attack speed greatly increased. I don't know if you guys were able to tell that his attack speed increased by quite a lot. And also he will immediately clear all of the SP on the Waste Heat Vents, which is, that doesn't really matter to me. Anyway, that is it for CV-8, and that is it for all of the normal stages of Come Catastrophes or Wakes of Vultures. That is the longest name I've ever seen so far. Thank you all so much for watching. Do stay tuned for the EX stages. Like I said, even I have not played the EX stages yet. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been Mindy, YouTube's most skill issue gamer. See you all, take care, bye bye, love ya.